Line's good.
Never on.
Whoa.
Hard. Hardly.
Come on, Brent. Line's good. Got real close. The hair high, right? Try and hit 2/3.
Have they saved it for her? Yes, they have.
Welcome to Game of Stones, everybody. I am Sean Graham. Scott alongside, as always. Hello, Scott.
Sean, welcome.
Thank you.
I sound a bit echoey in my ears. Do I sound okay to you?
Yeah, sounds normal.
Okay, I'm just I'm sporting the new Game of Stones toque, and so
That's right.
You know, sounds a little different when you've got the cans over a toque. So just wanted to make sure, but I think it looks pretty good in bright cardinal red.
Yes, you know, with the red one, I have the black one. What else is available in the colors there, Scott?
I believe yellow.
Okay.
Now you're going to make me look it up. Black is definitely available.
Yeah.
And gray is available.
Make the final.
Okay.
Actually, I'm wrong. Gray is not available. A nice blue is also available. And navy blue. So black, red, and navy blue.
Very nice. They are pretty comfy. Certainly the one I have, I enjoy.
Yeah, I thought when I got it, it might be a little small for my head, but because I got a big dome, you know. But no, it's quite snug.
Well, very good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Now, Scott, recently we played in a Bonspiel, and this was a little different from what normal Bonspiels are, what a typical Bonspiel is. We played in a one-dayer. It was a 3-6-end game spiel over at the Rideau Curling Club here in beautiful Ottawa, Ontario, and we played with a 6-person team. It was an open Bonspiel, so no rules on the lineups. Our parents happened to be in town for this. It wasn't because of the Bonspiel. It just happenstance that they were here for something else. So we were able to play with our parents, and our friends Ryan and Dean joined. So a 6-person team. Everybody played 2 games. You asked ChatGPT to come up with the lineups for us for the 3 games. And we thought it'd be fun to just kind of record the day. What's going on during the spiel? What are the games like? What is a one-day spiel like? It's just kind of give you the vibe of it. Because Scott, in the past couple of years, I have become a complete convert to the one-day spiel. I love them. I think in and out, one day, you give up the whole day. You're at the curling facility for a long time, but you get the Friday night free. You get the Sunday to recover. I'm kind of all in on these, to be honest.
You know what? I had a lot of fun too. And yeah, it was really good to, you know, you block the day. We made no other plans for the day. And so like the ChatGPT dictated our lineup, and you and I happened to sit out the middle game. So we had the split shift. But to be honest, I thought it was great. Had a couple beers, you know, during that time. And yeah, I participated in a Stein holding competition.
You did,
which I did not win, but I think I was second or third. So a lot of fun there. Yeah, one-day spiel, great. And I'm still recovering. Fair warning, but because we had a bye this week, it was good.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Worked out well. Yeah, it worked out well in that regard. I think that was one of the selling features actually for you, is that we did have the bye on Monday night, so you didn't have to worry about it. So what you're going to hear now is us at the club. So Scott and I played the first game with our parents, and as Scott said, we sat out the second game. So a little more in depth on the second game. We did the Stadler and Waldorf type thing, which was actually very, very easy during that game based on how it was going. And then a little bit after the third game. So you're going to hear from us and our parents. Dean is on here. The organizer, Richard, we talked to him as well. So just to give you a sense of what the day was like. And then once it's all wrapped, Scott and I will be here to put a bow on our day at the Oktoberfest Bonspiel at the Rideau Curling Club. All right, Scott, we are here at the Rideau Curling Club about 9. No, actually, we were very late getting here. It's like 10 something. Game was at 10:30 this morning. How are you feeling knowing that in our 6-person team, you and I are doing the split day? Everyone's going to play 2. but that means that 2 people have to play a split day, and that's going to be us. So just how are you feeling here first thing in the morning?
You know, to be honest, I'm a little worried about how my hip and leg are going to feel throughout the course of the day. So I'm happy to have some time off in the middle game. I can roll a bit, do some more stretching, really work things out. So for me, the split day I'm hoping will be good. Sometimes it's nice to just, if you're in it, keep it. But my body is not great, so I'm happy for this.
Yeah, that's good. And I think, too, one of the things I think, Scott, that sold you on this spiel is that we have a bye on Monday in our normal Monday league.
Yes.
So you have a chance to recuperate here.
Yeah, for sure. Some rest and recovery for me is always good. But 3 games in a day it would be hard. So I'm really happy we've got the 6-person rotation going.
Yeah, now the other thing, Scott, is with our parents being here, you are going to throw last, but you are not going to skip, which means for the first time, since there was a majority parliament in this country, you have to sweep?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little different, sweeping. I think the last time I swept full time was during COVID,
Right.
wearing a mask.
But that even wasn't full time because we had the rules of only
Skip
one
two
person,
leagues.
but only also one person was sweeping
That's
each
right.
rock, right? Like even though we had 4 people, the house rule at the time was one person at a time, so you weren't right in each other's faces, breathing all over each other.
Yeah, and I just remember like a lot of fogging of the glasses, so I
Yeah.
assume this will be a lot better.
It makes it easier when you can see.
Way easier.
Yeah. All right. So we don't know these guys who were playing. They're local to this club here at the Rideau. 4 guys who play on the Thursday league. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll check in after the game.
Good curling.
All right, Scott. First game's done. We won. It was you and me and our parents playing the game. How do you feel after that first one?
Sean, I felt pretty good to get out there and play the game. Little different configuration than I'm used to. I was sweeping for this one, and I was sweeping and throwing last rock, so I had to be able to exert a lot of energy and then really dial it back and be able to breathe and regulate the heartbeat, so you could make all those finesse shots with the last. Yeah, but no, honestly, it felt pretty good. We were in control most of the game. I don't think we really were threatened at all. In a point spiel, in this one anyway, the last end doesn't count except for either the win or the loss. So we had pretty much locked up the game by the last end, and we're just making sure that we had won. And so, overall, good experience. Not too bad playing in the morning, which also we don't usually do.
True.
So I got out there feeling pretty good. Body's not too sore. And, looking forward to the rest of it. How about you?
I feel pretty good. Yeah, not used to playing in the morning. You were a little stressed getting here. You're a little angry in the car, I have to say. You're a little fired up on the traffic here in the nation's capital on a Saturday morning.
I gotta be honest, Sean. I feel like everyone is looking at their phone all the time in the car because people don't see me. This woman was drifting into my lane, and I don't know. What can you do but honk at them? Just like, hey, pay attention.
Yeah,
that's not so much to ask, right?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, you were cursing a lot.
Well, yeah, and I drive quite a bit here in Ottawa, and I've noticed it's gotten significantly worse since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And most of it, I feel, is people just looking at their phone and not paying attention to the road. So, anyway.
Yeah.
We overcame that.
We did.
Our mother didn't,
I don't think she approved.
Get out of the car or
language.
anything.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you just gotta get where you're going.
Yeah. So now we're gonna sit for a while. There's 3 games today, but everyone is going to play 2 in our 6-person team. So you and I are going to wait until the last game to play. So how do you feel like you're going to be in like 5.5 hours?
To be honest, I just need to make sure I don't stiffen up. Keep the body moving. The split shift.
Yeah.
Always tough. Mm-hmm. But as long as I don't drink too much in between, then it'll be okay.
All right. So with that, we're going to go to the bar.
Yeah.
in-game interview. Lee Mantha.
That was the worst one on the planet.
Yes. All right, Lee, you're down 1 after 3. What is your assessment of the game so far?
It's been pretty inconsistent by both teams. Consistently inconsistent.
All right, what has your strategy been here to confront the strengths of Team Heidze, such as they may or may not exist?
I just have to out-curl the skip to get 2.
Okay. All right. Well, where are you going? It's not your turn.
I'm done.
No, we have one more.
No.
We have one more. What's your strategy? Are you going to make any changes for the second half of the game based on what you've seen so far?
Well, Dean's obviously been trying to keep it open, so I'm going to try and jump it up a little more.
Okay. Thanks, Lee. Good luck.
Thank you.
Skip for this game. Dean Moser here. Dean, get that single in 3 to go up 3-2. What's your assessment so far in this game?
Well, it's pretty even so far. Trying to figure out the ice. Trying to figure out the teammates a little bit. The ice feels slightly different than what I've been seeing than last week, so kind of figuring out with the stick combo is throwing me off just a little bit. So, but we'll get there. It's fun.
Any mid-game adjustments planned, or are you just going to keep going the way you've been going?
Just keep doing what we're doing.
All right. Good luck, Dean.
Thanks.
All right, Scott, just talked to the two skips, Lee and Dean. If I'm reading between the lines on what they said, neither is really satisfied with their own personal performance or their team's performance to this point. I would say it's been a struggle for both sides here, which means that the 3-2 score really checks out, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. It's been real tricky ice conditions. I don't think either team has really picked up on it. We've seen quite a few flashes, near misses, just a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, and I think so Dean didn't play this morning, neither did Ryan, so the back end didn't play this morning given our 6-person team, and Lee and his third John, they were on the end sheet, and one of the things, having played here a lot, is that throw out the end sheets at this particular club. It's kind of common at facilities all over, but particularly here, the end sheet doesn't really translate. So it makes sense that they're struggling with the ice. I would say, Scott, my assessment is that based on the way the score's been and who's been shot and the way things have been going, it's like two boxers in the middle of the ring punching each other, but both of them have one hand tied behind their back because there are a lot of misses here. Hasn't been the cleanest of games. The single that Dean and Team Heidze just got wasn't great. I don't know if he was throwing for a blank or not, but it's just a situation here where I think whoever can figure out the ice, put rocks into better positions, no one's really had them in great positions so far, is going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. We got 3 ends left, and it's really anybody's game at this point. We'll see who can junk it up, clog the middle, and maybe end up with a big end, right? By keeping it open, it's been not so difficult.
Yep.
But now's the time when I think they're going to put foot on the gas.
Yeah, things are going to heat up here in the second half of Game 2.
Let's see how it goes.
All right. I don't...
Okay, you can criticize all you want. Don't worry.
So that really felt like a game where it was a movable force against irresistible objects.
Don't talk about your father like that, Sean.
Right. What's your assessment of that game, Mom?
Well, there were more misses than mades.
Yeah, you were in the house for Dean's dad. What were you seeing on those last few ones?
Well, first, he didn't take the shot I would have thrown in the fifth end, the raise. And that last end, first time he was light, the next time he threw the right weight and threw it out because he took more broke.
So watching that game, Mom,
Yes.
It was painful to watch what was happening. What was it like to be out there?
Well, I'll tell you, I would much rather have been back behind the glass with you and your brother having a cold one. But, we sort of, used all my good shots in the first game.
Yeah, you did make 2 doubles in the first.
No, yeah, I did.
And this game was different. How much did the lack of familiarity with your teammates play?
A lot. I said to Dean at one point, I said, you got to give more ice than on the rock for our takeouts. We play old person curling, for God's sakes. So yes, it was a lot of unfamiliarity with them that caused it. But Ryan had a great shot there in the fifth with the triple.
Yes.
Yeah,
he did.
made-
Game.
Yeah, he made a triple in the first end. Dean made a hit and roll to tap theirs, got you the second point there. You did have an open draw in the fifth, and
Yeah, he sort of blew
not
through.
even close on that one. So a tie game. Your day is done.
Yeah,
the
it
two of you
is.
for on the ice
Yay.
action.
That's right.
How would you assess your day at the Oktoberfest Bonspiel?
It's awesome to curl with your kids.
It
It really
It
is. Yeah.
And
So
with Ryan and Dean.
we'll be back next year.
All right, now compared to a weekend-long spiel, what do you think of one-day events?
I think they're great.
Yes,
They're great.
Yes.
And for people
the
of
older I
our
get-
vintage, this 2 6-8 games was perfect.
It was great. It was great.
All right, so
Thanks for the invite.
there you go. Now hit the bar. All right, now it's time for
On the scene.
All right, Dean, you played 2 games today. You skipped both. One went well, the other didn't. And how do you feel like the day went?
I think it was a great day. It was tons of fun. I really enjoyed playing with you and your family and Stammers. On the curling, it was a little bit of a crash to earth, so it's probably good. It's probably a bit of a humbling experience because I was off to a surprisingly good start of the season. So it was good. I struggled with the ice, which is always a little bit tough in the first game. And then I think we figured it out in the second. I thought we really controlled most of that second game. They kind of had a couple of close escapes, but I think we could have beaten them up fairly bad early. But we pulled out, I think, really good, sort of much better performance in the second half to come away with it. So it was good. It was a great day.
Yeah, so now, Dean, you are known on the show, at least.
Exactly. Very
as-
small circles, but
as somebody who you don't really sweep anymore, and you did come into the club today with, well, you had a roller,
I did.
some other therapeutic devices with you.
Paraphernalia, yes.
Now, I'm a fan of the one-day spiel myself. I love it. I think it's a great model. It's a great idea.
Yep.
What do you think of the one-day spiel, given sort of the physical realities of it, but also the time realities and everything else that goes along with the one day?
No, I think it's great as well. It's much less of a time commitment. I thought this was perfect as well. I have to say, a 6-person team where you play 2 games, I thought that was right in the sweet spot. Now, that being said, it's because I normally play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I needed to play 3 games on Saturday on top of it. So I think it was perfect. It's fun, though, the one-day spiels. It's a fun spiel. It's a point spiel. I never seem to do well for some reason. There's something I need to figure out about this, but we're getting closer, I think. So.
All right, so obviously we've left the club. We're walking up Bronson Avenue here in Ottawa. We're going to a different establishment for a nightcap. We're getting the whole team together, plus another person. We're going to have everybody here for a nightcap. But Dean, just so looking ahead into the new year, if I put an over-under of 2028, what would you take for a men's team from Saskatchewan winning the Brier? Over-under 2028.
2028. Like we're talking the year 20?
Yeah.
A men's team winning the Brier, my gosh. Well, hasn't happened since 1980, so the odds would tell you to take the under, but
yeah,
I'm going to go with a positive view because I'm hoping that my nephew,
Shed,
we'll call him Shed,
yeah,
will hopefully he'll break through and he'll do it for the province.
All right, so that's an under.
Under
2028.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, you heard it here first. Saskatchewan within the next 4 Briars is winning one?
It's actually going to be this year. It's going to be Mike McEwen.
Okay, there you go.
He's doing it.
All right. All right, Richard Parmerlo, you're the organizer of this and all the spiels here, right?
Most of the spiels. We do have some of the events. We've got somebody that coordinates just for that event, and then I just take care of like the overall stuff.
Okay.
But this one, yeah, run it all.
Okay, and you and your lovely wife Margot are co-organizers. So her law firm is a sponsor, but how do you split up the work between the two of you?
I usually handle most of it, to be perfectly honest, and then she comes up with the prizes and helps on the day of.
Okay.
She's pretty busy at work, so it works out well.
Fair enough. Yeah, lawyers tend to be busy, from what I gather. So this is not new. It's happened for a few years, but one-day spiels seem to be relatively new here at the Rideau. So, and I think it really was initiated by you guys, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, but what was the impetus to move towards the 1 days? Because there's this one in October, you have the Valentine's Day spiel, same model, 1 day, 3 6N games. What's the impetus and the benefit, do you think, of a 1 day spiel compared to a weekend?
Yeah, I think the weekend ones have their place, but not everybody has the time to put in a whole weekend, come on out. And the 1 day spiels are nice, because when you're on a points format, your first game's luck of the draw as to who you're playing, but after that, the great teams bubble up, the lesser ones kind of slip down a little. Your second and third games, you're usually playing somebody right at your level. So it's nice. We got 10 teams here today. We've got some teams that are very, very competitive, and we have other ones that's only their second or third year, and they're all fitting in, having a great time. So I really like the format.
Yeah, and what do you think the response has been from not only the membership in the club, but also the teams? Right, I'm an external team. I've come in for a few of these 1 day spiels. Like, what has the response been in general to the 1 day format?
I think they like it. I don't think it should take the place of the bigger ones that we run. I think you need those. But if you're looking to add something else, it's hard to get enough teams to do 2-3 days. We had hoped to do 2 draws, 20 teams today. We're only doing 1 draw. It's a little less than we thought, but it's been nice. It's been a relaxing day. We've got time. The 40 people here having a great time. The band's inside playing. So overall, I think it works out really nice. I do find it harder to run draws or events at the beginning of the year. It's hard to advertise through the summer.
Yeah.
So then our Valentine's one, for instance, sells out every year. Our Oktoberfest one, we're usually scrambling for teams. But I do think everybody here is having a great time. I hope they're back next year.
Yeah, I really like the format of it. And just for you in organizing it, now you don't have to give me any numbers, obviously, but generally speaking, my understanding is that these are independent of the club in the sense that the spiel is charged the rental rate, and they're sort of the finances of it. But for clubs out there, recreational facilities who might be looking to the 1 day model, just in general, is it been profitable? Is it a good financial move for clubs to make where maybe they don't have the volunteers to take the full weekend spiel? Right. You just have the resources available to you. Like, is it financially been a good move for the club to go to this model?
Yeah, the way we run it at the Rideau is we try to have our spiels break even independent of the bar. Right. So we count bar sales as bar sales, bar staff as bar staff. So anything we can do to get people in here contributing to the bar sales is a great profitability for the club in the long term. And then on the day when we take all the other expenses and all the entry fees, we try to break even. We have found we've been cutting back on prizes a little bit to make that work. To be honest, most people just don't care if they win a set of oven mitts or an oversized t-shirt. So we're really reducing that to try to keep it a little more reasonable. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, what we do is we total up our bar sales and we use it to say, hey, it was a success, even if on the actual balance sheet it breaks even. That's the objective. If we're making money on the spiel before the bar, then we're charging too much and we'll lower it next time.
Right. And that makes sense, just in that Saturdays, at least here, and I think a lot of places across the country, tend to be down days or dead days, right? Like,
absolutely,
where the club is dark. So if you can open it up, break even on everything else, if you make a bit of bar sales, from what was a normally dark day. Like
Yeah.
there's no harm in that. Now, this is an Oktoberfest spiel. We won't get into all the technicalities of when Oktoberfest is supposed to be. We won't do all that.
September or October?
We won't do that. But just describe to the people, what are you wearing right now, Richard?
Oh, well, I've got my lederhosen on. I've got my hat. My wife is showing me up in her dirndl. She looks gorgeous tonight. We have a few people dressed up, the band included.
Yep.
They've worked on some polka songs for us, which is pretty impressive. So,
actually, great. I feel bad. While we've been out here, they did the Ziggy Zaggy Oi 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 To, so I do feel bad about that. But congratulations on another great spiel.
Thank you
I
very
think
much.
we'll be back, or I'll be back. I know the guys I play with are here all the time, but I should be back for the February one as well, and you guys always put on a good show. So congratulations. Thanks a lot, Richard.
Oh, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, so there you have it, Scotty. That was our day at the Rideau. We gave Dean the last word there as we walked over to Spark Beer. You kind of bailed on us at Spark Beer, but that's okay. Overall, Scott, we finished in third place. We got a shout out. I sent it. Our team name is Team Hydesy. There's a backstory to it. Nobody on our team is named Hydesy, but a high school buddy of mine also is not named Hydesy, but that's what we put down as our team name in honor of him. So Team Hydesy got a shout out on the Rideau Facebook page for finishing third. Unfortunately, I didn't get any audio, but you and Mom did the Stein holding. There was a band after the last game. Lunch was included. After the second game, they had soft pretzels, like heated soft pretzels, which was very nice, and some sugar donuts for a snack. The dinner was schnitzel with some potatoes, and it was actually quite nice. Lunch were sausages.
Yes.
And
a bratwurst and an Oktoberfest sausage.
Yes. It was sides of onion rings, which were very good. The onion rings, I think, a sleeper hit of the spiel. So you're in there all day. You get the food included. Bar deals, so much as bar deals can exist in this country. And overall, Scott, it was a really good day. Some folks who I hadn't seen in a while who were playing in the spiel. I used to play at this club, don't anymore. So it was nice to see them, and just kind of a relaxed, chill day. So overall, I mean, the results, honestly, who cares? But it was a fun day out on a one-day spiel.
Yeah, absolutely. Fun time out. I think, we did play pretty well. And for me, I got to sweep this weekend, right? Usually I'm standing there skipping, burning only like 800 calories during a game, but I think I did like almost 2,200 each game according to my Apple Watch. So yeah, like honestly, it was a lot of fun for me to get to play new positions. Well, not new, but to sweep again. I did develop a blister, which is still there. And yeah, like you said, see some people we hadn't seen in a while. Be around the club just to talk to people after the game. Even people from all corners of our country. I think we played against a team mostly of Newfoundlanders and
one West Coast guy.
One West Coast guy, and then some French Canadians on another one of our games. So it was like pretty fun to see everybody and be in it for one day, but then not have to worry about coming the next day for a game or any of that jazz. So a lot of fun overall.
Yeah, so we like them. We recommend them. We enjoy the one-day spiel. So if you're a one-day spiel or two, let us know. Let us know what some good one-day spiels are, because I am fully on board with the one-day spiel model. And with that, that's going to do it for us this week. So thanks so much for listening, everybody. If you have not yet, please do subscribe wherever you get the podcast. Like, rate, comment, all that good stuff. Helps other people find the show. Head over to GameStonesPod.com. All of our past episodes are there, plus a link to the merch. Scott, as you said off the top, wearing the red toque, really pops.
Yeah, I think so. And I was thinking about Where's Waldo Halloween, and thought maybe I could incorporate the Game of Stones toque. But
there you go.
We'll see.
Yeah. So there you go. You can check out all the merch over there on the site. We're on the socials at Game of Stones Pod, except for Facebook, where it's Game of Stones Podcast. And if you want to let us know what you want to hear on the show, or just drop us a line, Game of Stones Podcast at gmail.com. Scott, we are now into fully the cold part of the weather cycle. I gotta say, I've had students here from out of town a few years ago in November, and we were walking along the canal, and one of them kind of said to me, like, really, this? And, this is a beautiful town, I think 10 months out of the year. November is one of the ones where it is not. It is gray and depressing because the canal is lowered. It's not frozen yet. The leaves are off the trees. There's no snow typically, certainly early part of the month usually. It is just a gray, depressing time of year here in the nation's capital.
It is, yeah. But, we do our best. It's not the best time, but what it means, Sean, is that the festive season is just around the corner.
There you go.
And those lights start coming out on the houses and buildings around town. And pretty soon we'll all be singing a tune in our heart.
Very nice.
And
Very nice.
Celebrating wintertime festivities.
Yes. And you already have the hat for the season.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yes. So there you go. Well, enjoy your curling, everybody. We will be back with you next week to talk more about this wonderful sport. But until then, keep those brooms on the ice and don't dump that intern.
Make the final.